Hi, thanks for using my court coach. I'm Sarah, and I'll be your instructor today as we talk about how to prepare a response to family law form interrogatories. The court does not provide a form or a template for you to use, but what we are going through now is a template that we've created. This is not something you have to use. You can obviously deviate from this, but this just gives a good idea of what should go into your response. So you want to start off with your case caption. You have to create your own case caption. But that's going to include your name, your contact information at the top. And then below that, we're going to list the court that is hearing this matter, and then the name of the parties, the title of the document. Below that, I'd just like to include a little statement that shows who is responding to the discovery and who propounded it, propounding meaning issued. And then there's a little introductory statement that just basically says you are responding to this using your best efforts and that you are providing everything that is presently known to you. Again, you don't have to use this introductory statement, but I like to have it in there. Then we go into the interrogatory responses themselves. I always think it's a good practice to write out the interrogatory. That way the person that is reading this does not need to refer to two different documents. And then I go through the response. And you'll notice with all of these responses, I take each component of the interrogatory and I break it down. So in this one, it's saying state your full name goes here. Current residence address goes here. Work address goes here, and so on and so forth. One thing to keep in mind as we go through this template is that I have included just a sample of what a response should look like for each and every interrogatory that is listed on the Form Interrogatories form. If you are served with interrogatories that only have certain boxes checkmarked, those are the only ones you need to respond to. You do not need to respond to every single interrogatory, just the ones that were marked. So that's Form Interrogatory 1. Form Interrogatory 2 is a yes or no question asking if there's any agreements between you and your spouse or domestic partner, and it's a yes or no question. If yes, then again, I broke out the components that need to be provided in your response, the date the agreement made, whether it was written or oral, and if you have a copy of the agreement, then you would want to attach it or describe its contents. Item number 3 is, again, a yes or no question. It's asking about if you are involved in any other legal proceedings or anticipate being involved in any other legal proceedings. If yes, then again, there's all these items you need to provide information on. Item number 4 is asking about persons sharing your residence. They want you to state the name, age, and relationship to you of each person at your present address. Again, I broke out each component, name, age, relationship. If there are none, just say none. Item number 5 is another one that has many components to it. They want to know the name, age, address, and relationship to you of each person for whom you've provided support during the past 12 months. And by the way, this is the same thing that's being asked below, except it's about support you've received in the last 12 months. So again, with each of these, name, age, relationship, amount of support provided, or amount of support received. Item 7 wants you to break down the income that you've received for the past 12 months, its source, the dates received, its source, the basis for computation, and the total amount received from each. And then you have to attach your last 3 pay stubs. Whenever there's a document being attached to this, I like to identify it in the response. So you can see I wrote see attached for last 3 pay stubs. Item 8, similar. It's just asking for the same information, but regarding other income that is not disclosed above. Item 9 is asking you to attach your last 3 years of tax returns. Again, see attached. Same with item 10. If you were asked to complete a schedule of assets and debts as part of your response, and you've done so, you want to say see attached. Item 11, if you're asked or being asked if there are any assets that you believe is your separate property, then you just need to state the facts that support your contention that it is. Item 12 is asking for any property valuations. It's a yes or no question. If you've received any written offers to purchase property or had written appraisals of any assets, then you would say yes or no. And if yes, identify the document. Item 13 is asking if you have any property held by a third party. Again, a yes or no question. And if yes, then there's all these other components that you need to answer, which I've broken down for you. Item 14 has to do with retirement plans and asking if you have any interest in a disability, retirement, profit sharing, or other deferred compensation plan. If yes, again, all these components of information you need to provide: name, account number, name of administrator, address of administrator, and phone number for administrator. Item 15, claims of reimbursement. If you're claiming the right to be reimbursed for any expenditures of your separate or community property, again, a yes or no question. If yes, provide the supporting facts in support of that contention. And then same with item 16, if you're asking for reimbursement credits for payments of community debts since date of separation, yes or no question. If so, then provide this information here, the source of payment, the creditor's name, the date paid, the amount paid, and whether you've added to the debt since the separation. Item 17 is like our retirement question or interrogatory. It wants you to identify each insurance plan that either you own or covers you, your children, or your assets. So for those, you just need to, for every single policy or plan, state what type of policy it is, the policy number, the company of the insurance holder, the agent, and the address for the agent. Item 18 is asking if there is any physical or emotional condition which limits your ability to work. If yes, state each fact on which you base your answer. Item 19 has to do with the children's needs. If any of the children have special needs, it's a yes or no question. Then you need to provide the name of the child with the need, the reason for the need, the cost of the special needs, and if there is a expected termination date of that special need, you would list that here. And item 20, if you have incurred attorney fees, then they want to know the amount incurred, the total amount paid, the source of the money paid, the billing arrangements. And if you have not incurred attorney fees, then you can just write, no, I haven't incurred attorney fees. And then finally, item 21, if you have made any gifts without the consent of your spouse or domestic partner in the last 24 months, then it's asking you to identify the gift, the value, the recipient. I always think this is referring to significant gifts. If it's under 500, I probably wouldn't list it. I don't think you need to list every single birthday present you've purchased, but only if it's a significant amount of money. And then finally, you want to sign and date, and then there's a verification stating that you are submitting this under penalty of perjury, and now your response is complete and ready to be served. I hope you found this helpful. Good luck.